What's up, guys? Well, it's Kodak here. What's poppin'? We about to make a new video today because it's been a while since we made our last video. About a few hours, so we thought we'd make a new one for you. So, just in case you guys got bored. Here's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
What's up, bros?
And once again, we have our guest star, Colin. Say
Hola.
And Colin will be sometimes occurring on us as a guest star. Anyway, today, what's poppin'? Tell them what we're going to be reviewing today.
Camp Scare.
A great movie.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely the first good movie of the series.
Not the series. The first good movie of the 2000s. Most of the good ones. Because, like, I feel like with everything from...
You mean the double-digit 2000s?
Yeah, because... like 2000 and 2000 on up into 2010, like the last good double-digit 2000 movie was like 2013, which was Stage Fright, which was pretty good.
But let's get focused on Camp Scare.
Yeah.
Camp Scare is actually my favorite Scooby-Doo movie. So, just because it's my favorite don't mean I'm biased towards it.
Oh, bullcrap, you are so biased.
I will admit there is some flaws, but I can't do it, so Trent's gonna be doing flaws. But anyway, we're gonna do a quick summary, like, because we didn't do an intro to this video. Well, Camp Scare is about the gang going back to Freddy's old camp, Camp Little Moose. Yep. And there's a rival camp, Camp Big Moose. And there's 3 monsters in this movie. Sorry if you haven't watched the movie. If you haven't, you should go watch it. But anyway.
Yo, spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert and coming. But the 3 monsters are the Banshee, the Spectre of Shadow Cannon, the Fishman, and the Woodsman. The Woodsman is the main villain of the thing. Mm-hmm. And basically they're trying to defeat them to get the treasure of the old criminal.
Babyface Beretti.
Yeah, Babyface Beretti. That he buried in this old town surrounded, that got drowned by the lake that the Fishman lives in. Well, plus... Camp Big Moose has a girl that Freddy likes and definitely gets jealous. I already told you, dummy. And anyway, on to the bad things, which there isn't probably many, but here's Trent with the bad things.
Okay, so I feel like there wasn't a whole lot bad about this movie, but I wasn't really the biggest fan of the lake monster, the way he was designed. I mean, it was cool. But it felt like with that character, they tried to focus on more than one monster. So it was kind of like, okay, you have one monster, which is the Woodsman. I like the Woodsman a lot. He kind of gives me that kind of slasher feel from like Friday the 13th. And I love horror movies. Kodak knows this. I love horror movies.
Yeah, we both love horror movies. And our guest star, Colin's good at horror movies, most of them. So
I will wet my pants.
No, TMI.
But I love horror movies, and the Woodsman kind of gives me that feel. That whole scene when they come back and the camp was burned down and everything. I'm just like, dang, that was brutal. And it has kind of like this dark, depressing feel to it, and that was great. But they're trying to focus on the other 2 villains, which is the Banshee and the Sea Monster. Now, I did not really like the design of the Sea Monster. The Banshee was pretty cool. But really, I like the Banshee better from Abracadabra Do. Like, in my opinion, that was the one redeeming quality of Abracadabra Do. I didn't like the Griffin. I loved the Banshee design, though. Also because I really like the color purple. But... you know, it comes out a whole design thing. That one was purple. The one in Camp Scare was like kind of like a brownish. Almost kind of gave me a Hills Have Eyes feel to it. And I loved it. But yeah, I felt like they tried to put all those villains in there, and there was too much of a story for me to follow. Other than that, I absolutely loved the movie. And that whole twist at the end... where, I forgot the kid's name, but the kid that you wouldn't suspect is actually Babyface Beretti.
Deacon.
Deacon, yep, Deacon, the kid with asthma. he's actually Babyface Barretti, and it is such an awesome reveal inside of the jail cell. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to Kodak.
Okay, so, not trying to be rude, but he kind of got into some of the things I was gonna say. But like he said, yeah, the twist at the end was amazing. Yeah. The kid, the nicest, shyest kid, ended up being Babyface Barretti, which was actually really shocking the first time I watched it. I was actually really impressed by what they did. Another thing I liked that I don't know if Jack the Ripper liked, but I liked how they did put 3 monsters in. That's one of the only movies where they had more than one main monster.
Yeah, I know, but it felt like they were trying to do too much, and it was too much to follow.
Another thing is that I also love how, the Woodsman, he gives me, that kind of Jason Voorhees vibe. And I love horror movies, as you can heard from earlier.
That scene when he's chasing that girl from Camp Big Moose with the axe.
Yeah, that was a great
scene. Good scene.
Another thing I like is when he destroys this thing.
Ducks.
He destroys the bridge with dynamite.
Wait, we'll stop getting into crap, please.
But anyway, it's a great movie in general, all the scenes, and I just love all the good things in this movie, like the Woodsman, how he gives the Jason Voorhees vibe, especially when he blows up the dam and the camp gets flooded. That was actually a good movie. Another thing I liked was the ending, how both of the camps combined together to have both of the best things about each other.
Yeah, I never mentioned that before. That was really good.
And how they could have the technology and the nature of the technology of Camp Big Moose and the nature and good vibe of Camp Little Moose coming together after so many years of being a rival camps. And that's really cool. And my favorite monster obviously would have to be the Woodsman.
Yes, boy.
But my least favorite monster, I'd have to disagree with Jack. I did not like the Spectre of Shadow Canyon.
Oh, I loved the Spectre of Shadow Canyon. I didn't like the monster in the
I didn't really like either of the extra ones, but I hated the Spectre of Shadow Canyon because you only got to see him for a split second.
It was a she.
I don't care. She, he, blah blah blah. It. Stop assuming it's gender.
Hey man, I have my own beliefs here.
But unlike the sea creature, it only got a little bit of showtime. It should have got more showtime than that. That's why I didn't like it probably as much as the sea creature. Anyway, so another good thing about it, quality, is how Freddy wants to run the camp even when the owner says to shut it down, and Freddy takes things to go, and I like
Freddy's that. Dude, this is where I grew up. I'm not about to give this up. I want these kids to have a good summer.
Yeah. Freddy's my second least favorite character, but in this movie, he's probably my favorite character besides Scooby.
Yeah, Scooby is the man.
But yeah, I love Freddy in this movie. Freddy was the dog in this movie because he fought for his beliefs. No puns intended, but he was the man in this movie. Anyway, I'm passing it on to Jack for his initial review of the movie for his rating too.
Okay. I love this movie. There are very few other ones that really measure up, and I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10. I love this. This movie was great. There was so much good stuff to it. It had all the vibes I liked about the original. The Woodsman kind of gave me a creeper vibe. Along with the Jason Voorhees vibe, he had that whole green face going on, the scars. It was awesome, and I love the original Creeper episode as Kodak. That's one of my favorite Scooby-Doo Where Are You episodes. It was great. I loved it. And then I love Hills Have Eyes. That's one of my favorite horror movies. And the Spectre of Shadow Canyon really gave me that vibe. So, yeah, it was awesome. 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna agree with him. I love this movie. Why do you think it's my favorite movie? It has so many good qualities about it with only a few bad things. I give it a 10 out of 10. If there's a high rating, I could give it 11 out of 10, I would do it. But we have to stay at 10 out of 10 to stars. But I would say this. I would recommend this as my best movie. Another movie that I would recommend, even though it's not my favorite, it's not even in my top 5, but I would still rate it a 10 out of 10. And we were probably going to do it maybe next episode or forward on, is Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island. That's
my fave.
That's Jack's favorite
yes.
one. And that's not even in my top 5, but I would give it a 10 out of 10. And that concludes our thing on Scooby-Doo Camp Scare. See you later on our next episode tomorrow.
Yo, see ya.
And Any words for the viewers, Colin?
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Give them a thumbs up, people.
Yeah, Colin says thumbs up for that movie. Scooby-Doo and Kip Scary, and that concludes it.